So here we are again for the last part of the resurrection eggs. Do you remember when we last looked at these eggs? Jesus was on the cross and he would die. How do we know he was dead? Lots of people believe that Jesus wasn't dead, that he just got unconscious. Well, the Bible explains that in the next egg we have a spear. And this spear was actually pushed into Jesus' side by one of the soldiers. And out of it, the Bible's very clear. It says, out of it flowed blood and water. Now, I don't know very much about medical things, but apparently when it's blood and water, that means that the person has died. So the Romans definitely did kill Jesus. And Good Friday was part of God's plan. God's Friday, God's plan to kill Jesus. So why? Why did Jesus have to die? See, that's a question that lots of people ask. Lots of people ask me. I don't know all the answers. But I know that I've upset God. And I know that all the things I do wrong hurt God. And I know I can't say sorry enough. People in the Old Testament, in the first half of the Bible, they had to go to the temple and they gave sacrifices. They showed God how much they loved them by and said sorry by taking animals and burning them. And so that would have cost them some money. But it wasn't about the money. It was about the blood. You see, the only way that God could let us go, the only way that a perfect, holy, never done anything wrong, can't even bear to look at anybody wrong, could manage to love us and to look at us and to have us as his friends. More than that, have us as his children, was by somebody paying a price. And for reasons that I don't understand, that price had to be in blood. But it had to be perfect. And so Jesus came to earth as a man to show us how to live as a man, but also to be perfect. For that blood to be perfect. And for all that to happen, for all of God's plans to work, Jesus had to die. When people die, it's upsetting. And his friends would have been massively upset. And they wouldn't understand it was part of God's plan. But I'll tell you something. We know it wasn't the end of a story. Usually when you write a story about somebody, you talk about when they started, when they were born, when they started doing their exciting work, and then when they die, that's the end. But guess what? This isn't the end. What? Should we find out what happens next? Go on then. So what happens next? Well, in this egg, we've got a piece of cloth. It's a bit like a tissue. But this piece of cloth is the same type of cloth that people in Jesus' time would wrap up the body when somebody had died. And they'd wrap him up in the cloth and they'd put him inside a cave. And they'd put nice spices on. Do you remember myrrh that we talked about at Christmas? Well, myrrh was a spice that they used to wrap up dead bodies so they didn't smell too bad. But a man called Joseph took the body and he wrapped it up and he put it in his grave. He bought a cave for when he died, and the ladies who were helping at Jesus during his lifetime, and they were there when he died, they helped him wrap up the body, and they put it in a cave. And then, after they'd laid it in a cave, they found a big stone that would be specially made so that it rolled carefully in front of the hole, and it would be a little bit like a car on a racing track or a train on a train track, and it would just slide in to the hole and fit. It would have been somebody's job to make sure that it fit securely. And they put this stone in front of the tomb. And tradition has it that it was like down a hill, so that the stone would roll down quite easily. But when you throw balls uphill, it's a lot harder, isn't it? So it wouldn't really have rolled up the hill. It couldn't have gone uphill. It rolled down into position in like a little track. And it'd be heavy. In fact, we know it was heavy, because a few days later, when the ladies who were really upset about Jesus dying, they came to sort the body out, to put those special herbs and spices on it. And they were really worried how we're going to move the stone. But actually they'd heard that, well, those religious people who had killed Jesus and mocked him and whipped him and put that crown of thorns on his head, they were worried that somebody was going to come and pinch the body. So they put some guards on. Soldiers. Can you imagine a soldier going home at the end of the day? What have you been doing today, Bill? Well, I've been guarding a dead body. A dead body? Well, that wouldn't have given you much bother. So maybe the ladies thought that they would help them. But when they got there, they were a bit surprised. The stone wasn't where it should be. The stone had been moved. Not only had it been moved, it had been rolled back up the hill. Maybe someone got there before them. Maybe somebody had already been. Maybe one of the disciples was going to be there to meet them and they hadn't really remembered making that plan. So maybe the ladies had made plans with the disciples and then just forgotten about them. But when they got to the tomb, we get to our last egg. When they opened up the tomb, and when they had a look in, expecting to see what? Jesus' body lying, wrapped up in the cloth, it was empty. Oh heck, what's happened? Where's the body gone? Who's nicked it? That's what would be going through their head. But the story goes on, and we remember that, and we'll think about a little bit of that after Easter. Because nobody had pinched the body. And actually some angels came. Do you remember there were a lot of angels when Jesus was born? Some angels came and they said, no, he hasn't been pinched. He's alive. He's alive. He's done what God wanted him to do. He's paid the price for all you people. He's alive again. He's resurrected. And that's what we remember Easter for. Yes, we go through the sad times. We think about his death. We go through the times when he was so upset that he prayed and prayed and prayed that God would look after him. But the reason we go through all of that is because he won. At the end of God's plan, he beat death. So we, as Christians, believe that we don't have to go through death. We don't have to die for all the naff, horrible, upsetting things we do to God. Because God is holy. He can't be with something that's not right. not perfect. But because of Jesus, because of that spear and that blood, Christians believe that we can now be with God forever. Jesus has paid the price. He's taken the punishment. And that is why we celebrate Easter. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just awesome? I think it is. Do you remember at Christmas, I used some kings to tell the story of Jesus' birth? Well, they're back, and they're going to tell us about Easter. They're going to use the resurrection eggs so you'll understand and remember what we've done in the worship sessions. If you want to find them, look up King's Adventure on Facebook, or you can find them on our website, www.mustardtreetrust.org. I hope you had a good time during our Easter worship sessions, but remember to come back after Easter and hear a little bit about what happened next. Up until then, you'll have a lovely holiday, I'm sure. And look out for new life, whether it be flowers or lambs or baby chicks, and you might be able to see it all around you. Oh, and don't forget, eat some Easter eggs too.